What is up? This is a Chig coming at you with another Diablo 4 video. Today I'm going to tell you about my journey from 1 to 50, getting to World Tier 3, and what I think about some of the changes that we have had in this patch and why I think they were correct, even though I haven't seen the fireside chat yet, so maybe they'll make me put my foot in my mouth. Who knows? I'm going to check it out right after I post this video. Anyway, before we get started, go and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, which we are dangerously close to, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Diablo 4, video game of your choice. Anyway, let's hop right into it. I think the changes were needed. TLDR. I think being that powerful that early was bad for the game. I think they toned everything down to balance for the borrowed power, and I think that was the right move. Some of the shadow nerfs feel bad. Good example is the advanced twisting blades nerf. I've played mostly rogue and druid, and yeah. Now I don't even use advanced twisting blades. I don't use the stun on shadow step. I don't use poison trap on my twisting blades build anymore, even though this build right here is obscene. I literally built a build that is designed to do most of its damage with poison trap, and it was amazing. I will have a build guide coming for you soon. I had a lot of fun getting through level 50 with this. I had a lot of fun doing the capstone, which I am obliterating in the background here. You can just CC mobs into the dirt, and it's amazing. As soon as I finished, I went and did a nightmare dungeon. Super easy. Just took a couple of minutes, and then somebody was like, hey, do you mind running me and my buddies through here? We're all level 40. It's like, sure, I'll run you through the capstone, and just obliterated it again. Like, it was fun. So I've been working on making that better, seeing what I need to do to actually make that viable, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with in the long run. Right now I'm back on twisting blades, because twisting blades is a lot of fun too. I really enjoy the playstyle. I really enjoy the speed. So that's where I'm at right now with that. Anyway, back to some of the changes. Yeah, everybody got nerfed into the ground. We all know that. They changed percentages across the board for everything. They raised a little bit of flat damage and removed huge percentages of multipliers. And we all know that doesn't feel good. Nobody wants to be up here today and down here tomorrow. Nobody wants that. But my two pennies is nobody should have been obliterating the end game already. Maybe some Uber Lilith kills, maybe. I don't think anybody should have been doing Nightmare Dungeon 100s. I do not think that should have been being speed farmed. I do not think any of that stuff should have been happening. I do not think that should be happening without seasons and seasons and seasons of power creep. That is not good for the longevity of the game. You're going to get too strong, you're going to get bored, and you're not going to want to play because you're not going to have anything to go for. Because getting those extra percentage points won't matter when you can have 70% optimized gear and just obliterate the game, and it doesn't even matter, right? Them adjusting the numbers is definitely a necessary evil. It's going to be a feel bad for a little while, and maybe, like I said, I'm going to go watch the fireside, and they're going to be like, oh, well, we're reverting. I doubt they're reverting all of the changes, but who knows, right? But the big thing with that is it was necessary. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, that's a hot take. Nobody likes these changes. I don't like them, but I don't disagree with them. You can agree with something and not think it was the best thing. You can agree with something and not think, oh man, this is the most fun I could be having. Because let's face it, everybody likes to see big numbers. But people were hitting for teens of millions and billions. That seems completely unfathomable from the beginning of a game. Right? Like, we have 4 difficulty levels. You know, like, we're at level 95 at top tier in the main game. Like, there's no reason that you should be able to literally one-shot anything that is alive at level 95. There's no reason for that. There needs to be some kind of balancing, and I think that was the purpose of them trying to get the numbers right. And yeah, I mean, they've still got some, patching to do, and they've still got some adjusting to do, and there's still going to be a lot of things that are going to be, given and taken. But with the overall feel of the new season mechanic and going through all of that and getting all of those, they're incredibly easy to farm, and they're incredibly powerful. I never once felt like I got a malignant power that didn't affect my build in some way. Some of them are crap if you don't like. One of them's like, okay, cool, you get barriers more and you heal if you have a barrier. I don't do anything in my build to get a barrier on my rogue. But if you're a sorceress, cool, you get more damage and you heal, or you get more barrier and you heal, like just for existing. Like, cool, you push a button, you get a barrier, it gets bigger, you blah, 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 right? Like, there's a lot of good with the bad. There's a lot of bad with the good, and there's a lot of in between, and there's a lot of nuances that people aren't considering. They're like, oh, I was stronger and then I wasn't. Well, you were strong in Eternal and then you weren't. Now the season's coming around and things are different because now you have borrowed power. And now there's new items to play with. Now there's new things to build around. It's going to shake up the build diversity. It's going to shake up what the meta skills are. It's going to shake up what works the best to do X, Y, and Z. It's literally going to change the game. And that is healthy for this type of environment, because if everything's always the same and everything's always the same strength every season, we get bored. And I personally don't want to get bored of this game. I want to play it as long as I play D2 or D3. I played D2 for a hot minute too, but I played D3 from the time it came out until this game launched. Let me tell you, I was making videos on D3 up until the day D4 came out, and that is because I love the franchise. I want to play these games, and I'm going to continue to do so and do my best to understand what decisions were made and why, and try to put my logical thinking cap on of, okay, how is this good for the longevity of the game? Yeah, it makes my Eternal character feel like crap, but nobody plays this game for their Eternal character except for the super duper casual people. And they're not going to be level 100 trying to push Nightmare Dungeon 100 anytime soon. 30 seasons from now, when we've got our 100th 100, they might be 95. And those are the only people that this kind of thing really affects. My 2 pennies, my hot take. Anyway, if you listen to me ramble, thanks for sticking around. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, just literally what I think. I get a whole lot of negativity I'm hearing, and I just don't think it's negative. I mean, it's not fun, but it's not negative. The game is still enjoyable. The builds are still strong. The diversity is still there. It's still an incredible game. All the classes are still absolutely viable. Suck it up, Buttercup. Get ready for what's coming, because it's going to be big. I want to be playing this game for a decade. Let them do what they need to do to make that happen. See you guys in the next one. See you in Sanctuary.